Hi everyone. Hi Fatima. Hi LH. Hi Sil. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with the community read. I'm glad you guys had fairly good weeks, though maybe a little exhausting or a little boring. I'm going to do the community read with the Everyday Witch Oracle, and then I'm going to do the readings with the Everyday Witch Tarot. And if you want a general reading, I have my bones here just in case. Um, so I'm gonna just go ahead and get this nice. Yes, cats. I saw someone today doing a live reading with these, and I was like, now I gotta use them. So I'm gonna scoop that over here. All right, let's see what we have. So as I'm shuffling, just focus on the week behind, what it is we can reflect on as a community, what we can take into the weekend ahead of us. Oh, we have the sun and stars. Um, this makes me actually want to check something. I need to see. I know Sil probably knows this. What the next like moon phase or astrological event is? Apparently, some planets are in alignment with the moon and Earth. I don't know which ones they are, but there's that. The new moon was on Monday, and I totally missed it. So maybe that is what I need to reflect on. But for everybody else, we have the moon, the sun, and the stars. There is this balance that I see here with this card, where you kind of look to the stars and plan things that you want to. In terms of like your dreams and hopes and desires, but then you also get this warmth from the sun. It's very supportive, and there's like this happiness and joy there. So for the week behind, kind of pick those things out from the week, the good things, the happy things, the things that you look forward to, and pull them in and keep them with you as you go into the weekend. Let's do first quarter in Gemini is on the 27th. I don't know what day that is. What's today? The 24th. Okay. So a few more days, 3 more days. These cards are so hard to shuffle because they're so big. So give me a second. I'm going to pull another card for the collective. Let's see. We have the inspiration and courage. Yeah, so that kind of goes along with what I was talking about before. So the things that you wanted to plan, or things that you were inspired by, stuff like that, there it calls for a little bit of creativity. It calls for finding a little bit more inspiration. These are some of the elements that you want to tap into as we go into the weekend. Are there things that have been sort of sparking some inspiration, sparking that creativity? Maybe this is the time to be creative. If you have some free time this weekend, enjoy yourself. Spend time being creative, doing the things that maybe you haven't been able to do, things that you've been looking to do. And then we have follow your dreams. Everything kind of goes hand in hand, but I think this is something that seems important uh, to the collective in general. Where maybe it's about time that you followed something that you were really truly connected to. So whatever it is that inspires you and sparks that little bit of creativity within you, follow that. Look forward and follow those dreams a little bit. It doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be for forever, but it's something that you can bring into your life right now, something that you can enjoy right now, and give yourself a little bit of that satisfaction. So if you're coming in a little late, we have the sun and stars, inspiration and courage, and follow your dreams. So basically, look to the stars, look to astrology if you're into that, look to the sun, enjoy that warmth from the sun, find that inspiration, find that spark of creativity, and follow your dreams. All right. So If you enjoy that Oracle deck, I do have it on the side. I do Oracle pulls for anybody who does tips, so it's a little bit more of an in-depth reading. Yeah, you tuned in at the right time, CJ. Hey, Bun Girl. Not. Let me see if it added you. Yes, it did. Okay, it just didn't alert you in chat, so you're good to go. So I have Fatima, LH, Ritu, and Bun Girl. So hey, Ritu. I don't think I got a chance to greet you. All right, Fatima, go ahead and put your question in the chat. I'm gonna get the deck all warmed up. Just if you missed it, I'm using the Everyday Witch Tarot. This is an oldie but goodie. If you saw my live with Sil, this made my favorites of last year. So yeah. All right. I love how it shuffles. It's so glossy. So sometimes if my cameras aren't right and my lights aren't right, it's hard for you guys to see. But we'll see what we have. All right, Fatima, you want to know how Jalad sees you? Let's see. One more. Let's see. Here we go. So we have the Nine of Swords in reverse. We have the Knight of Swords, and then we have the Devil. So I feel like this Jawed, sorry, I don't know his pronouns. I assume it's a he, but maybe I shouldn't assume that anymore. So we have in the center of your reading, we have the Knight of Swords, and the Knight of Swords is actually like a really fun card. This is the card of ambition and thought, and like really just starting to put thought into action, if that makes sense. But I worry that the actions are not necessarily for the right reasons. So we have flanking it. We have the Nine of Swords in reverse. This is having to deal with processing inner turmoil or inner stressors, inner anxieties. And this isn't a sign that they have gotten over them. So I feel like they are taking that energy and hoping that you will be like a placebo to make that feel better. This is what I see with the devil card. The devil card is all about sex, drugs, and rock and roll. There's this codependency that's happening. So I don't feel like there's any actual emotional connection. I feel like maybe they think that there is because the knights kind of encompass this fiery, passionate energy, but then compound it with the energy of that air from the swords. It can be very explosive and very impulsive as well. So I don't think they're giving themselves enough time to get over whatever is causing this Nine of Swords to happen. So I think because they're not doing that, I don't think this is malicious. I just think that people tend to not process their baggage and put it onto other people. So I think that they're hoping that they see like you as this way out of their despair is probably the best way that I can put it. I don't think that this is like a forever position, but I do think that this is something that uh, would be impactful if you decided to pursue anything deeper, like whether that be platonic or emotional or whatever. I think that if you pursue something else without addressing this portion of it, it could definitely backfire. But again, it depends how people process this stuff. So if you feel like they're doing all the right things, going to therapy or mentorship or whatever that looks like, then maybe you can take that step and just be worrisome about being too codependent. Nayla, I will let you guys know. Yep, still read my mind. No, so yes, I do think they might want, I wouldn't call it a relationship. I would call it a situationship. I think that they're hoping that a relationship could ease whatever baggage or anxieties that they have, but I don't think that's necessarily a good thing. But that again is up to you. So I'm just here to tell you what the cards say. All right. Up next, we have LH. Let me read off the queue. After LH, I have Ritu, Bun Girl, Nayla, Dodge Files, aka CJ, Ariana, Black Widow, and Svetlana. So for my Twitch folks, just to let you know, I'm going to officially like make this my last Twitch stream. I want to put all of my effort into YouTube, just because I don't have the bandwidth to do both anymore. So if you're also on YouTube, you can see the little like, see if I can point. You can see the little like tracker down here. You can just follow me on YouTube at CosmicLunarSoul, or if you're more into Instagram, I am on Instagram as well. You're welcome. You're so welcome, Fatima. If you guys enjoy my readings, make sure you like the video, subscribe. It helps with the algorithm. All right, LH, let's see what Chuck's feelings are. One more. Let's do one more. Ooh. There we go. All right, so we have the King of Cups, we have the Three of Swords in reverse, and then we have the Two of Wands in reverse. So actually I think this is a really cool I really think this is a nice, interesting spread here. So I think they see themselves as someone who can be really emotionally supportive, but also a very big influence in a good way on your life. So the kings are really mature. They have this sense of leadership, this sense of wisdom. They really they can take command, but in a good way. They can provide a lot of insight to things because of that wisdom. So I feel like he feels like he can really do that for you. And at the core of this, we have the Three of Swords in reverse, and that is really the card of overcoming grief. So I feel like when he looks to uh Chuck looks towards you, he's thinking how he can finally let go of that grief that he's been holding on to, especially being at the center of the reading. This is probably something that has been very impactful. So if they've gotten over or gone through a recent breakup, or perhaps gotten out of a more like long lasting relationship, it's something that can um, start to really put behind them. And then we have the two of wands in reverse. This is the part that is a little wearisome. This is where he's kind of not taking that action. So while he feels like his feelings are not matching the action that is going on. So the two of wands in reverse is about really just playing it safe. So you're not taking any extreme actions. That means he's not putting himself out there. He's not addressing you in any kind of way. He doesn't want to be the one to make the first move because of probably this Three of Swords in reverse. They kind of fuel each other here. So I would say, like me being an observer of this reading, I would say if you are hoping for something, you might have to be the one to reach out, especially if you want something sooner rather than later, because you can try to just hold out, hope that he processes this Three of Swords in reverse energy. He releases that just grief and whatever anxieties from previous heartbreaks that he's had, or previous, just emotional anxieties that he's had previously. But I would say that's up to you. Um, I do think, especially with this King of Cups, that this is the King of Cups is kind of like jokingly referred to as like the cliche like best guy kind of thing. So I think especially with this King of Cups, I think they really have great intentions. I think that they really like you. They really have this just they're put together. It's just they can't quite bridge getting over whatever it is that happened to them in the past. And that's causing a lot of just more or less walls that are being put up. They're not moving forward. They're really stagnant and they're not going to take any action. So, again, it's up to you what you want to do. You can hold out or you can be the one to kind of flip this energy upright and take that first step. Yeah, he's been through a lot. Yeah, then and that's kind of understandable then. But I would say that knowing that, at least you know that kind of has pleasant thoughts and feelings about you. All right, Ritu, you're up next. You're welcome, LH. It's always nice to have you. Hi, Natalia. I always want to call you Natalie so bad. I play dodgeball with a Natalie, so I just like intuitively want to call you Natalie. Okay, let's see, Ritu. What are Prashad's feelings towards you? Fashion trends. Make sure you join my queue. I'm sure you are. I my name is Brittany, but I get Brianna a lot and Courtney a lot because it rhymes. Okay, let's see. What are his feelings? All right, one more. One more card. We have the Two of Wands back again. All right, so we have the Seven of Cups in reverse. We have the World card in the middle, and then we have the Two of Wands upright this time. So we're switching it up a little bit. So that's kind of fun how that happens. But so with the Seven of Cups, I think that. Well, actually, let me start in the middle. I'm going to start in the middle this time. With the World card, I think that there is a sense of like accomplishments, this sense of completion when they think of you. But the problem is these two cards here, right? So, the Seven of Cups in reverse is like basically not knowing how to move forward, feeling really confused about what to do. And then the other side of this, we have the Two of Wands. So traditionally, this is about planning and thinking ahead. But the way that these cards are aligned, everything is kind of pointing to the middle. Nothing is like flowing forward. So this person here in the Two of Wands is looking back. So they're not quite making the right plans to take the right steps forward, which is why I think it's giving into this Seven of Cups, giving into this confusion, so to speak. So, the good thing though about the Two of Wands is that there's that desire to push forward. So wands is that fiery, like there is that spark of passion, but it's only a two, so it's not too much. There's this air balance there, so there isn't much movement forward, which again goes back into this whole thing. So I will say though, with the world card, I think that internally they want there to be something. Um, Prashant just doesn't know how to make it happen. Um, I would say that, these are overall good vibes. I think that they look favorably towards you. It's just I don't know if he's like shy or really introverted or something like that, but he's waffling. He's waffling on what to do moving forward. And I feel like that's kind of like the theme of tonight, apparently. Um, but I would say honestly, with the world card being in the center of this, if you are the one kind of want to take the reins, then go for it. I think that it might help alleviate some of this burden of this confusion here with the 7 of Cups in reverse. Yes, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe if you're enjoying these readings. All right. Button Girl, you are up next. Thank you guys for joining the queue. And thank you, Sil, for modding. If you guys enjoy like tarot unboxings, reviews, and like weekly community cozy Sunday readings, Priscilla's channel is awesome. Go ahead and check her out at A Life of Simplicity. You're welcome, Ritu. Hey, Bun Girl. Yeah, go ahead, post your question. While we wait for Bun Girl, I'm going to read who I have in the queue. If you expect to hear your name, but you don't, make sure you use !join. So after Bun Girl, I have Nayla, I think. CJ, Ariana, Black Widow, Svetlana, Rhonda, Miss Lovely, Farida, and another Nayla. I wonder if... Oh, okay. Nayla, if you're both people, you don't have to join a second time. Thank you for the subscribe. Yeah, appreciate it. Okay, so Bun Girl, you just want to know if a guy Drake wants to get to know you and be serious. And just for clarification, we're not talking about like the Drake, right? I don't do celebrity stuff. I just want to clarify. Oh yeah, Farida, I forgot you're from the UK. Yeah, I just had to ask. I figured based off of the way you worded it that it wasn't, but okay, let's see if he wants to get to know you and be serious. Let's do one more. These cards are so slippery. All right, one more card here. So we have the 5 of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, and the 10 of Swords in reverse. So right off the bat, I'm gonna go ahead and just say no, they're not trying to get to know you or be serious right now. Whether they know it or not, I don't think they have the bandwidth to do it. So we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse here. So they might be saying one thing, but really only have a bandwidth for something else. And when I say bandwidth, I mean like they just don't have the energy, time, focus, whatever it is to be putting towards this thing. So in reverse, the Knight of Pentacles is extremely like what's a good word? They're extremely like obsessive about a specific thing. And I think they are obsessing over just external issues that they're having right now. And because of that, they lack self-discipline. So it is actually manifesting in trying to do a lot of things that they just don't have the energy to do. And so the Five of Wands is really that card that I'm talking about in terms of external issues. This is just a lot of things coming at them externally from just various points. It can be just overall tension, it can be competition, it could be a lot of things. It could be changes in their life that's just really distracting them. So I think that if if Drake is saying that he wants to get to know you and be serious, I don't think he might mean it, but I don't think that he has has the actual capability to do it. So because here at the end we have the 10 of swords in reverse. The Ten of Swords in reverse is about like needing to heal from past issues, needing to heal from wrongdoings. And until they can do that, anything that they say, though they might feel like they're being genuine, it's just not going to work out. It's just they're not being honest with themselves, is what this looks like here. They want one thing, but they're only physically capable of another thing. They're just in conflict here. Um, so I would say that just be a little mindful of that. Maybe this is something that they have to do. It seems very much so that they have to do this on their own. Ending here with this 10 is a sign that they need to go through this process. They need to end it before starting something new. So, like always say, I'm just a girl slinging cards on the internet. So it's up to you ultimately what you decide to do. But this is kind of what I see in the cards. So I will say though, just in case you're curious and things change in the future, because the future is nebulous, I don't see anything malicious. I just feel like they don't know how to process their own feelings, which is why there are like no cups here and um, very little thought here as well. So yeah, don't think that they're being malicious. I think they just literally don't have a handle on themselves. All right, Nayla, you're up next. And then I have, again, CJ following that, Ariana, Black Widow, Svetlana, Rhonda, Miss Lovely, Farida, Nayla again, Alf, and Benna Simone just joined. Thank you for joining. You're welcome, Bun Girl. Hey, Nayla, go ahead and put your question in. All right, I got you. And just a reminder for my Twitch family, I am more or less abandoning Twitch, unfortunately. So this will be my last Twitch stream. If you're on YouTube, you can just hop over on YouTube. I will be here on YouTube. So you just want to about your future and how he feels. Okay. Let's see what is going on with you and Mo. One more. Let's see. One more card. Come on. Here we go. So we have the Queen of Cups in reverse. We have the Hermit followed by the Ten of Wands. I think that this is a sign that your relationship is gonna have to take a lot of work. We have sorry in advance if you hear my cats. They're curious about what's going on. So we have here the Queen of Cups in reverse. This is about feeling like you're a martyr in your own relationship. Feeling like you are not able to provide the self-care that you need. So I feel like in this relationship going forward, there's something that happens between you guys, or maybe is already starting to happen, where you feel like you are like losing yourself. You're not able to take care of yourself. You feel like maybe you are not being taken care of. And there's going to be a period where you need to reflect on this relationship. This is for both of you guys. This is going to be very important. So in the middle here, we have the Hermit. This is the core of this, the center of the reading, the core of everything that's going on. This is where you need to really self-reflect individually. So you both need to do this. And where you reflect on the relationship, what you want, your goals, all of that kind of like self-reflection kind of stuff. And maybe reflect on it. Once you do that, reflect on it together, and come back and decide what you want to do. So I think what this finishing with this 10 of Wands, you are going to have to probably do a little backtracking, right? So maybe go back to the basics, what brought you guys together. There's going to be a lot of hard work that's involved with this 10 of Wands. The good part of the 10 of Wands is that this is like ending a cycle, which could be like an ending to the struggle, but it's not going to be without a lot of hard work. So there's always that catch there with that 10 of Wands, where you see this person is, pushing to the top of the peak. Precipice is the word I was looking for. But you see they're struggling to hold all of these wands here. So they'll get to the top, but they're going to be exhausted when they get there. So just know, going forward, this is not going to be a walk in the park. There's going to be a little work that has to happen, and it's all based off of how you feel like. And this could be for both of you, not just you in general, but since I'm talking to you, I'd say you a lot. But you collectively, both of you, are going to have to reflect on what you feel like you're getting out of the relationship, how you feel supported in the relationship, and how you can kind of turn this Queen of Cups energy upright. So that's kind of what I always say. This is the stage where you're reflecting. How can you turn that energy upright? And that is where that work comes in. So I don't think it's good or bad. This feels sort of neutral. It's going to be up to you based off of the work that you guys do. But I'm sure you being actually in the relationship might feel a little differently about it. All right. CJ, you're up next. So I'm gonna go ahead and I was gonna close the queue, but I'll give it another minute. All right, let's see. Let's see if this is the correct path, CJ. Let me give this another quick shuffle real quick. Big shuffle. Between autocorrect and stuff like that, I understood this perfectly. Maybe I shouldn't have. Okay, Nala, I just wanted to make sure that was you. I figured it was. But yeah, subscribe, Nayla, to me on YouTube so you don't miss me, because I'm not going to do Twitch anymore. All right, CJ, let's see if you are on the right path or not. Okay, let's see. One more here. One more card. Oh, you're definitely on the right path. This is the first reading where all the cards are upright. Okay, we have the World, we have the Fool, and then we have the Nine of Pentacles. So I think that not only are you on the right path, I feel like this is going to be leading to really impactful conclusions coming soon. The World card is the end of the major arcana, so it's like the end of the fool's journey where they come to accomplishments, come to a lot of learning and understanding, and you can really feel like you have closed a specific chapter. But then in the middle, which is really curious, is we're starting over. We have the Fool. So it insinuates to me that you have come across these lessons, you've learned from them, you um, decided how you're going to apply them to your life, and you can start over. And I don't want to say like start over, but I mean, start fresh is probably a better way to put it, where you can start fresh with this Fool. You can really just can take those lessons learned, apply them in this new beginning. The Fool is really cool because while there's this air of like innocence, there's a lot of potential and opportunity here. And I think that potential and opportunity in this case is coming from the just wrapping up of whatever previous chapter in terms of deciding who is and who isn't beneficial in your life and being able to apply that going forward. And I think that could mean, especially with this Nine of Pentacles being the end of your reading, this could be a sign that things start to feel a lot easier, start to feel like really grounded, making friends or the friends that you have, everything just becomes more of a like luxury to you. Everything kind of fits into place. So what I really like about the Nine of Pentacles, even though I'm biased because I really love Pentacle cards as a Taurus, um, this card is the like fruit of your labor card. So I'm going to pull it up so you can see. This is where you can finally kick back, feel like you've made all the right decisions, sit back with your glass of wine, and really just enjoy knowing that you are reaping the rewards of the decisions that you made previously. So, this is a long answer to say yes. I think that you are on the right path. Um, and that so selfish is really to me, and we can discuss this offline, but I feel like people should be selfish to some regard because life is short. So it depends what you're being selfish about. And when it comes to your time and your energy, I personally think that that's okay. If you're not okay with that, you've got to reflect on that differently. But I will say, whether you're on the right or wrong path, I feel like this is totally the right path for you. I'm loving my girl here at the Nine of Pentacles. One of my favorite Nine of Pentacles cards in my decks. Yeah. All right, Apollo. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and close the queue. Everybody who's in it is in. Up next, we have Ariana. You're welcome. I'm going to have to do a reading for you in person one day, just for the fun of it. Yeah, so Ave or JNR, the list, I cannot get it to work. Stream Elements and YouTube do not get along in that regard. So I'll just read off who we have. Up right now is Ariana, followed by Black Widows, Svetlana, Rhonda, Miss Lovely, Farida, JNR, so that's you, and then Simone, Simone, Amber, and then last but not least, Info Entertainment. Oh my gosh. Sorry. And of course, if you've been enjoying these readings as we've been going forward, make sure you like and subscribe. And did anyone else get like amazingly good weather yesterday, only for it to be like crazy windy and chilly today and tomorrow? So while we wait for Ariana, Black Widow, go ahead, put your question in chat. Welcome, Info Entertainment. It's been a while. I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. Hi, Amber. Sorry, I have missed a few of you guys as you've entered my queue. I don't think fashion trends ever figured it out, but it's fine. All right, moving along. Svetlana, go ahead, put your question in the chat. And remember, if you would like a more in-depth reading to include an oracle card, maybe more tarot cards, go ahead and use my tip link in the description. And if you're enjoying the Everyday Witch Tarot, let me know. One of my favorites. Oof, gosh, although it is quite slippery. All right, Ariana, no worries. I'll get you after this. Svetlana, you want to know what kind of man you'll have for your next relationship? Let's see. One more card. So I feel like you're gonna find someone who's really going to challenge you, challenge your perspective on things. I don't think that this is gonna be something long term though, so just keep that in mind. Uh, Sometimes challenging things are good for us short term. They're learning steps, they help us grow, but it's not something that lasts forever. In the center here of this reading, I think while you're in this relationship, you might not necessarily appreciate it for its fullest potential. I think more of the bad will outweigh the good. So I feel like while this person challenges you, I don't think they're necessarily giving you enough of the good to outweigh the bad. So I don't think that this is necessarily like malicious, but I will say that it just doesn't mesh with you. I feel like this person overall is going to be very much I feel like they're gonna be more emotional than they or you realize, but they're gonna come off as very aloof. And I don't think that's necessarily going to work well with you. So on the other side, we have the Four of Cups. This is kind of like telling me there's going to be things that are going to be offered in the relationship that just are not received well, that not intentionally, not maliciously, it's just like they don't work well. It's like a piece of the puzzle that does not go in the spot that you're trying to put it. So while I think that the person that you end up the next relationship you end up entering is probably going to be a really good stepping stone. It's definitely not going to be something you want to be in for very long. Just take the lessons and learn from it, grow from it, and move forward. Let's see if I can get anything else. I don't get anything in terms of let me pull one more card, see if I can get anything in terms of any like superficial stuff. Ugh, dropped a card. All right, here we go. Two of Swords. Yeah, I don't know if you were hoping to get anything. I generally am not very in tune with getting like physical descriptions and stuff. So if you're looking for that, I'm sorry, I definitely can't do that. But in terms of characteristics, I feel like again, they're going to be someone who probably challenges you. They'll be less intellectual than they think they are, but they're going to try to come off that way. And I think they're going to question a lot of what you do together, that kind of thing. And it's just really going to manifest in not feeling emotionally supported. There's going to be, like I said, more good than, or more negatives than there are good. And anytime something good is going to end up being received in the relationship, it's going to just, he's really just going to come off as really aloof and apathetic about the entire thing. So it really strikes me of more of a vapid type person. Yeah. So I hope that helps a little. Like I said, I don't do like physical characteristics. Sometimes it pops up, sometimes I can figure out something, but not in this. This is more so just character. Mm, I just want to clarify this. Were they violent to you or were they only rude to you? And I ask because I really don't want to do a reading about someone who is violent to you, because there's really no, the only answer to why someone is violent to you is because they are a violent person. So I just want to clarify, Ariana. You're welcome, Svetlana. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. All right, let's see what we have. One more. There we go. So I think that this reason has a lot to do with their own issues. And this is kind of what I was feeling too before I pulled the cards, but I feel like this confirms it for me. Um we have the Six of Wands in reverse. We have the Eight of Cups in reverse, and then we have Judgment upright. So, uh, looking at the Six of Wands in reverse, I feel like they are just, it gives very much full on like ego, right? So, the Six of Wands upright can be about, public recognition, feeling like you've been recognized by, like feeling popular. But in reverse, it's more so like a fall from grace, feeling like you have not made the recognition that you deserve. And this can be a good formula for resentment, just in general, not towards anyone specific, just overall resentment that ends up leaching into other parts of one's life. So, followed by that, we have the Eight of Cups. So while they feel like, you know, this Sag is feeling like they are disgraced in some kind of way, they are very unwilling to move on from it. The Eight of Cups upright can provide a great opportunity to kind of like overcome these emotions, find changes in one's life. But in reverse, it's very much the opposite. It's like stewing in the in that situation because they're afraid of further exacerbating the situation, making it worse by moving forward. So, what needs to happen is this judgment card. There needs to be like this aha moment, this awakening where they feel like, okay, I see the light at the end of the tunnel. I realize it's not all so bad. But until they can do it, so it kind of seems like a two-parter here, right? Until they can do that, they're going to keep putting out this negativity that they are experiencing because of that ego that I mentioned with this Six of Wands in reverse. So while they're trying perhaps to find this judgment, this awakening, this reckoning, whatever you want to call it, um finding this rebirth of themselves. I feel like they are stepping on people to do it, and you happen to be one of those people. Um, it's almost like putting other people down in order to make themselves feel better. It's probably like the really good, too long didn't read version of the entire situation. So I think that, I would not take on any of the blame for what's going on. I feel like this is very much they got to figure this out for themselves, and perhaps there needs to be a little bit of distance so that way they can't keep putting this on you, and then they have to find their own way to get to this point. It should not be your responsibility. So, yeah, I don't think that, if you were worried you did something wrong, I wouldn't be worried about that. I don't really see you in this reading at all. It's all of them issue. All right, Rhonda, you're up next. After Rhonda, we have Miss Lovely, Farida, JNR, Vanna Simone, Amber, and then Info Entertainment. You're welcome, Mariana. Oh man, my allergies are acting up. My nose is so like it alternates from really stuffy to sneezing to running. All right, Miss Lovely. You can get to put your question in the chat as well. Oh, Natalia, sorry. I forgot you changed your name. Okay, Rhonda. Rex's next motive. Let's see. That Knight of Swords popped back up. Okay. So we have the Nine of Cups in reverse. We have the Knight of Swords, and then we have the Eight of Pentacles. So I mentioned earlier that the Knight of Swords is there's like a combo of being like really passionate and thoughtful. So in the previous case, it wasn't necessarily a good thing, but I think in this case it kind of is. They're trying. I don't think it's necessarily all working out to the best, but they are trying to put certain things behind them. The Knight of Swords is they're so I feel like they want to be a little they want to put some direction into the things that they want, but I'm not sure that they know how to emotionally do that. So with the Nine of Cups in reverse, I feel like I think they have this one in the bag. They're a little like confident, which does manifest in this Knight of Swords, where they can be a little impulsive and rush into things. So I think in the next coming days, you might notice a lot of like just impulsive things that are happening, and probably, without your like consultation, or just without really thinking things through all the way. And they're really going to have to, this feels a little separate. They're really going to have to take a step back, because with this Eight of Pentacles, this is where you need to like slow down a little bit. This is where you need to put the work in. This is the card of like diligence and hard work, where you're starting to master the things around you, master the things that you want. So while they might in the early stages in the next coming days, I feel like these match more the upcoming days. This is probably a little more long term. They're gonna be fairly impulsive. You're gonna probably be like, "What the heck?" And then realize, like, "Oh, they're not gonna get away with this. They gotta actually put some work into certain things." I do think that their intentions are good. It's just maybe a little misguided. I do think that there is this like spark of passion that's happening between the knight with that fiery energy, with the cups, with the emotional side of things. And then the thing about the pentacles is it's much more grounded in reality. So I think over the next few days, you might start to see this little bit of a roller coaster that's happening. Um, Depending what kind of person you are and how close you guys are, that might either be really funny to watch or it might be more of a annoyance going forward. But I don't think that there's anything really bad. It's just it's just I don't know how to explain it, but it's just more of a exasperating kind of moment. All right, next up we have Farida. Go ahead and put your question in the chat. And don't forget, whoops, don't forget to like and subscribe. You're welcome, Rhonda. I'm gonna answer your second question. Has he accepted it's over between you guys? Oh, let me read off the queue. We only have 4 folks. We have JNR, Venice Simone, Amber, and Info Entertainment. So we are almost done. Okay, Farida, you want to know if your Capricorn has accepted that it's over. That Knight of Swords is putting in work tonight. So we have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, the Knight of Swords in reverse, and then we have the Queen of Pentacles upright. So let me look at this real quick. I think that they have come to the conclusion, or they're starting to realize that things are over. With this Ten of Pentacles, I feel like they are realizing that, there's just a breakdown in that connection between you guys. There's no path forward. Tens are like the end of a cycle, and then in reverse, this is more about instability and just not having any foundation. And then on the other side, you have the Queen of Pentacles. So I feel like they are noticing, or maybe not wanting to admit yet, but starting to feel that you are moving on and looking to the future. You're putting all of this stuff behind you. You're finding ways to you're finding stability and comfort and nurturing within yourself. The the Knight of Swords in reverse is I would say the only caveat about this answer is that the Knight of Swords in reverse can sometimes be a little like unpredictable. So while I think that maybe they are starting to realize that things are over, they're not acting as if they are. So they're probably still trying to, like, pretend or find ways to win you back, blah, 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 that kind of stuff. But I think they're starting to understand that this is just not going to work out in their favor, especially because there's a lot of disconnect between this and what I feel like you represent in the reading. So, yeah, I would say that they are very much starting to realize they're out of the picture. There might be some last ditch efforts that come in because of this, especially that air of unpredictability that I mentioned. Otherwise, I would say that, yeah, they're starting to figure it out. Yeah, thank you. I always forget about the notification. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on my future live streams, my future videos, and that way you can get into the queue a little earlier. All right, JNR, you are up next. You're welcome, Farida. Thank you for being patient. All right, along with JNR, Vienna Simone, you can go ahead. Both of you put your questions in the chat. All right, let's see. Let's see how this person will react. Um, so I think it'll be a fine interaction. I don't think it'll be good or bad, honestly, especially with the Four of Cups here. I think with the Wheel of Fortune, it's just saying that it's not gonna be bad. But we have the Four of Cups, so I think there's gonna be like this air of like just okay, cool, like this is a thing that's happening. And then with the Seven of Wands, um, this is the only curious thing in this, and I feel like ultimately this is just saying that they have some of their own things that they're working on, some external stimuli that really just are going to make uh this interaction very just um acquaintance level fine. I don't want to it doesn't seem with the Wheel of Fortune. I think it could tend towards being fine and very friendly, maybe enjoyable, but I don't want to put too much emphasis on that because overall, especially starting with the Four of Cups, it feels very apathetic. It just feels like a thing that they have to do to get through the day almost. The Wheel of Fortune kind of says like, "Oh, it was much more pleasant than I expected." But the Seven of Wands in the middle is saying like, "Oh, this is still something that is not enough of a distraction from the external things that have been challenging me." So, I think it will be amicable, and I don't think that anything bad will come of it. I don't think anything good will necessarily come of it. I think it'll just be fine. It's a very fine reading. So I hope that helps relieve any like pressure or anxieties you have about it. I think it's just gonna be fine. Um, All right, Amber, you can go ahead, put your question in the chat, and you're welcome, JNR. Thanks for being patient. Let's see what this person's karma will be. So, just a caveat, I don't see karma in the same way that, yeah, Venice Simone, you're totally good. I don't see karma in the same way that people in Western society do. I consider karma to be a little different. So I do just want to caveat that, but I'm gonna just think of it more as what is their retribution for things that are the actions that they put out. I just like to be as open and transparent as I can be. No, you're totally fine. I just like to explain myself, especially because when I talk through things, I just don't want people to be confused. Okay, last one. Okay, Seven of Wands made a reappearance. Okay, we have the Six of Cups, the King of Wands, and then the Seven of Wands. Um, I feel like if you're hoping that something really bad comes to them, I don't think it's necessarily anything like horrible, honestly. I think that they are going to realize that there is a need for healing. Um, the Six of Cups is the card of like kind of reflecting back, thinking back emotionally to the things that uh really like made you happy and made you feel emotionally fulfilled and like nostalgic really. And so with that being said, between the Six of Cups and the King of Wands, there is this sort of like battle that's happening. So the King of Wands is kind of a big picture person, and I think that they realize that there's almost this dilution that happens between them. So cups and wands don't interact very well, whereas the wands over here kind of outweigh the situation. So I feel like where they're being offered this chance to reflect back, heal, and like become better, I guess, in a way. This King of Wands at the center of everything, facing the Seven of Wands, they are just incapable of doing it. And with this Seven of Wands, they're constantly being met with nothing but conflicts and challenges going forward because of themselves. They're basically creating their own challenges. Um, Okay, you said they're straight up. So okay, so upright, right? So in reverse, I would say the king is a little like in reverse. It would kind of give me more of that, but I think that upright, they're they're torn between these two things, but they tend towards the this side where they are always on the defensive because all they do is create challenges. um, and because of that, they are never inviting that healing kind of like reflective aspect of their lives. It's like it's always there, but if you look at it as the king, he is not looking back at this card. He's looking forward, looking down, not everywhere except here. So it's looking to other things. And yeah. And okay, yeah, he's like in love with conflict. He's in love with causing problems or creating challenges. So I think that what will end up happening is that there is this cycle of just like seeing what is better but never having it. So like and not even seeing it, but just knowing that there's a better option out there and never taking it. It's almost like just creating this hamster wheel of problems that he could just get off the hamster wheel, but will not and probably just can't. So, yeah, seems like seems like a tumultuous, yeah. If there's someone who is like that, then I would say, yeah, they are the problem. Yeah. Oh gosh, he cheated with a work partner. Oh gosh. Oh, I hate people like that. Played like 8 girls. That's crazy. I hope they all like take screenshots and send it to his work buddy. Yeah, that I people like that crazy. Oh, maybe maybe they are. 7 of the 8 girls might be coming back at him. I didn't even think about that. That is really funny. Amber, do you want bones or do you want Oh, you're number 8. I love that. You're welcome. If you're on YouTube, Venna, join me on YouTube. This is gonna be my last Twitch stream. I want to just focus on YouTube going forward. Um, Amber, do you want bones or do you want tarot? Let me know. And while we wait for that, infotainment, you can info entertainment. Oh my god, you can go ahead and put your question in the chat. Okay. We have the King of Cups, the High Priestess in reverse, and then we have the Two of Cups in reverse. So, with the High Priestess in reverse in the center of everything, I feel like this is a period where you need to find that like intuition, that inner spirituality, that inner guidance for yourself. Just in terms of everything, almost with these cups on the side, I think the main focus will be just your emotional fulfillment, what you want emotionally out of life, what you want emotionally out of yourself. I feel like this is a very self-oriented reading, with a little bit hint of how that can affect the external in terms of like relationships and stuff like that. So the High Priestess is really the card in the major arcana that is really well tapped into the divine, tapped into her intuition, but in reverse is having a hard time finding that. So perhaps this is a period where you need to spend some time focusing on that aspect of yourself, really. So over here we have the King of Cups. The King of Cups is someone who is, so as you're tapping into that, right? You want to find the part of yourself that is really in control of your emotions, where you find that emotional control. There's this air of stability that comes with that, and the cups in general, both on both sides, really invites this to be a period of healing, with that water energy. So with the King of Cups here, surrounded by this entire body of water, just tap into what you need to, or intuitively find what it is you need to heal going forward. This can be healing internally, working on yourself. Healing can look a little different for everyone, but I would say that leaning towards that emotional side of things. The King also suggests that you should really find that that leadership ability within yourself. Find a way to take control over yourself instead of, if you have been lately, really putting control in other people's hands. So that way you feel like you are controlling how you're moving forward through this journey. The two of cups here is saying that you're really struggling in terms of emotionally communicating yourself to people, emotionally communicating to yourself. You really should find a way to rebalance yourself. And I think that really goes back to this high priestess in reverse, where you're tapping into that intuition. I don't know if you're spiritual or whatever, tap into that spirituality and just really find yourself in everything that's going on. And I think that will really help with the imbalance and just breakdown of emotional connection that you have with this two of cups here. So I feel like, you know um even though we have that two of cups, I feel like this is very much finding balance between yourself and your inner self. And that is where this high priestess comes in, finding that divinity within oneself, or finding that intuition within oneself. And that will help find balance emotionally, that you can start to put out into the world. And it can help really strengthen your relationships with people, whether it be platonic or romantic or whatever. It's regardless of that. So yeah, in general, I think that this is a period where you should start focusing on yourself, start to look within yourself, so you can tap into that leadership and emotional stability that the king provides, and you can correct the instability that you are currently feeling here with this two of cups. And that way you can build a better communication with the people around you. All right, hope that helped, Amber. All right. Infotainment, you are going to be the last one if you're still here. Otherwise, so would you like a reading? And if so, I can pull out something special. I can pull out my endless oracle for you. Okay. That's easy. The cats are in the hallway, like glaring at me, so that gives me a chance to go and like they want to snuggle on the couch while I play Harry Potter Legacy. Is basically what they want to do until it's time to eat. Um. Yep, you hear her. So, okay. Well, I will go ahead and sign off for the night. If you enjoyed this, make sure you like and subscribe. I will be here on Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, I will catch you guys next Friday. And maybe next time Luna will join us. I think that's a yes. So have a good night. Have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. And I will catch you guys next time. Bye.